Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday, March 12th, 2025. And I'm just checking in once again this month. And I know some YouTubers talk about the importance of consistency for views and in whatever your niche is, whatever you talk about, chat about, educate about, or raise awareness about. But as I've mentioned in my other videos, I will come on and post when I'm able to. Consistent or not, I'm always gonna speak about fibromyalgia, chronic pain, chronic illness. There's a shooting range in the background. That's why you hear all those gunshots and whatnot. But other than that, it's really peaceful out here. It feels really nice. It's a wind advisory today. Get that plane. I absolutely love it out here in nature, especially when the weather is nice like it is right now. I believe it's like probably in the 70s. It feels warm. The breeze makes it feel a little cooler out. But yeah, I just wanted to show some footage of what I'm seeing and chat about how life has been, how life is going for me. So I'm just gonna walk and talk. There's a few things that I wanted to speak about. Having chronic illness is really tough. It's up and down. As I may have mentioned before in my other videos, there's a lot of people who, even to this day, even with knowledge, even with there being factual information out there, they still don't think, like, there's just no way that a person can be in pain 24/7. There's just no way. And to be honest, if I didn't know from experience, I couldn't fathom that either. I would be like, there's just no way. The medications that are available, it's just a Band-Aid. It's coincidences, there's like a Band-Aid right here on the ground. But it just takes the edge off of the intensity of the pain that's experienced daily with a lot of chronically ill people. But I said it before and I'll say it again, like, you have to push through it, but don't let someone else push you. Push yourself. Have motivation, have self-motivation for yourself, because I believe that's the best way to go about creating like a self-care regimen, routine. And it's really hard to stick with any type of routine, even if it's simple as brushing teeth in the morning. Sometimes that's hard to do. That spoon theory that I know I mentioned it before because it's very synonymous with chronic pain patients. The spoon theory is you have a certain amount of spoons, and once those are all used up, you're tapped out. That's pretty much it. So I preserve my spoons as best I can. It takes a spoon to do a skincare routine, washing your face in the morning, brushing your teeth, flossing, water floss, whatever. that takes a spoon. And I know for some people, like, oh, that's not that much. That's just, but when you have chronic illness and pain and fatigue and you didn't sleep well because of the pain, the tossing and turning, you definitely understand how something as quote unquote simple as brushing your teeth and having a skincare routine, how much energy that can take. But I'm just, and I still have to be aware of my energy, because sometimes I can get up and feel like I can just conquer the world and do everything that I used to be able to do prior to getting diagnosed with fibromyalgia. But yeah, it's like trying to think of a situation. One perfect situation. Um, Going out of town, going on vacation, whatever. A lot of people will look at you when you have an invisible illness, and like, well, why is she boarding the plane first? She looks healthy. Or why is she paying for, even though it doesn't cost to have a wheelchair attendant, but I believe in tipping, I believe in karma, and you better be tipping those wheelchair runners, attendants, whenever, of course, when you can. I'm not saying you just have to tip, but gratuity is much appreciated. I've worked in the industry of where tips are greatly appreciated. But yeah, so when people are observing that kind of stuff, they're just like, or they'll say, oh, but you just went out dancing. You were just dancing. Why would you want to take the elevator? Just take the stairs. Not people without chronic illness, without fibromyalgia, without chronic pain, don't understand the whole spoon theory. Like, I need to preserve all the energy that I can so that I can enjoy myself and have a good time with outings or whatever it may be. I don't want to walk too far, but so that's one thing that's very important when practicing and implementing self-care, various practices of self-care, is to just be very mindful. It's easy to forget, but just to be mindful of the importance of preserving your spoons and using your spoons wisely. Just like to capture these views as I'm walking. Beautiful cactus. It won't be so beautiful when it's 115 out here though, but I won't be out here, not at 115, not at those high temperatures. I know people do it, but not I. So when it comes to temperatures, everyone is affected differently. Everyone who suffers with fibromyalgia or like certain things that affect their pain levels, weather, temperature, extreme temperatures. I personally prefer cooler weather. That's why I'm out here now. Even though this beautiful sun is beaming and warming up my skin and everything, it is feeling very, very warm, but not to the point of uncomfortable. Like, I can handle this, and it's always great when it's a breeze. So beautiful, so beautiful. I love nature. I know I keep saying it over and over, but I really do. It's so peaceful and quiet out here. But what was I saying? Oh, so like when it comes to extreme temperatures, a lot of times you'll hear people that are in like snow, like being in snow, like it's nice, but that's considered an extreme temperature. Or even changes, like abrupt changes, like if I was to be in 115 and then fly somewhere where the high is in the 60s, yes, it's going to feel pleasant for me because I prefer that, but it's just so weird. I can't really explain how the changes in temperature literally affect the pain like instantly. is so weird, especially for people around you, and they're like, wait a minute, you were just complaining about being cold and now you're hot and now you're, so trying to explain that to people who don't get it, who will probably never get it, is just no, like, it's not even worth getting your using your energy to try to explain. It's been explained. I explain it to my friends and family, and I feel like some still don't get it, because I feel like you don't give your question to me again, you don't get it. Once I say it a couple times, I can understand a few times, but after the umpteenth time, it's like, okay, you're choosing not to care and not get it and not be understanding. So forget you and whatever. But yeah, you have to, with chronic illness and any type of thing that's invisible or not well known, you really have to advocate for yourself, and you really have to have like tough skin. It's there's no other thing, no other word I can use other than tough skin, because, and I hate to say that because the opposite of that is being weak or whatever, but it's like you really do to get through it, because if not, you can easily succumb to the comments and question yourself and be like, oh, is it really that bad? Or maybe they're right. Or, it's like, come on. There's a car coming up. Let me switch sides. But, when I was younger, in my younger years, I would lay down when there was like overcast clouds. I would lay and look at the different shapes and like, what is that I'm seeing? Oh, that looks like an elephant, or that looks like this or that. But yeah, I just wanted to capture that right quick. Just the different beautiful shapes. When I made my New Year's resolution, which I don't too much agree with those, because a lot of people break those, but I know it's like a permanent lifestyle change. But I told myself that, when you go to a doctor or wherever and they ask questions like, well, do you work out? Like, what would you say your workout consists of? Like, you work out 3 times a week, or, I'm so glad that I can finally say that I am more active, and I can say, that I'm not just a couch potato, because that was definitely what it was for a long, 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 long time, longer than I care to admit to. But now that I do like this leisure walking, whether it be out in nature or walking to get my daughter from school, I would like to do like more like early morning stuff. But as I've always mentioned, I have to do what's best for me and what my body can handle. And a lot of times people aren't going to always agree with, the time frame of working. Oh, it's not good to work out during these hours. I have to, and you have to do what's best for you. Said it before, I will keep saying it. Forget everyone else, everyone's comments, opinions. Do what's best for you, whatever it takes for you to. And I know, like, people will say, well, the time I get some energy, it's like dark, it's night. Well, that is kind of dangerous. You have to be smart too about where you're going to work out during those particular hours, or be active, even if you just go like in a different bedroom and do some stretches and things like that increase anything that will increase your heart rate. But I'm so grateful so grateful and so thankful that I am blessed to be able to move my body. So, and I've always been grateful. It's just I let the mental part of being in pain and fatigue and other people's opinions and comments, I let that kind of hinder me somewhat. Like, it was a couple people had said this. I'm gonna give this example. Okay, in life there are priorities. Everyone has priorities. Cook, clean, go to school, go to work. There's priorities that have to, as a parent, as a spouse, there's in a relationship, there's just things that are considered priority. So, lost my train of thought because I'm like, I've been walking, I don't want to get lost because it's like really a lot of different turns up in here. So I am, but I'm debating on if I want to walk back that way or do the long route this way. I turned on my my Fitbit late. I should have started it when I first started walking, but I forgot to do that, but it's all good. I have video footage of when I actually started moving my body anyway, so so the example of what I was speaking on prior to getting sidetracked is about priorities. Okay, I think I am gonna walk this way. Go ahead and do this. Before, it goes back to the whole you can't pour from an empty cup, the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, blah, blah, blah. So there is so much truth in that because you really can't. So, of course, those people outside of you will look at it as if like, look, this is a priority. You can't take care of yourself. You have to handle this priority first. As a parent, as a spouse, as a blah, 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 blah. You have to do all of things first. Bills have to get paid. You have to go to work. But how can you perform well at work? How can you be a good parent or spouse in a relationship or whatever if you're not loving on yourself and taking care of yourself fully, completely? And so what I had to realize over the years is that I can't always, okay, there's a car coming. I can't always handle the priorities that I have first. I have to do what's best for me first. And then I can handle the other priorities of life. So I had to explain it. I didn't think I would have to explain it to another adult, but I had to explain it to some adults. I wasn't shocked that I had to explain it to a child, but at least the point was well received, accepted, and understood. This is a very intelligent, bright child, by the way, but yeah, it's like it made perfectly great sense to the child, but for some adults, they're like not really trying to hear it, but oh well. I know what it is and what it's not, so if you've made it this far into the video, if you could leave like some advice of things that you may have done, or even if you would like some advice, maybe there's someone who will comment and offer the things that they've said to people about the importance of filling your cup first, making sure that you're good to go before handling priorities. Because I want to say in 2021, well, in 2020, when all that stuff was going on, There was a lot to be done, and I felt like I was doing the absolute best I could. I felt in my heart that I was doing all the right things. But when I look back on it, once I took my self-care more seriously in 2021, that's when I really noticed, like, and other people were telling me, wow, you look better, you sound better, you're doing more of XYZ. That's when I realized, wow, all of these compliments or comments are coming from me taking better care of myself and loving myself more. And it takes work. It took therapy. It took, I don't want to use any explicitives, but it took saying, forget everyone else for a while, because that's what made the difference. Definitely made the difference. And so that's why I try to speak about it as much as possible to people who I may see from the outside looking in, may see them as struggling, or just not seeming like they're giving their best. Like so many people seem so tired and depleted, and they may feel like they're doing it because they're so exhausted, but really, in fact, it's like, if they're not taking care of themselves by eating right, just being in the right environment, it really does make a huge difference. But wow, look at the time. I don't want this to be too long of a video, but yeah, that's just what I want to tap in about, is the importance of self-care and with fibromyalgia. But I'm like getting short of breath, and I want to hurry up and knock this workout out a little more. So I hope that everyone is doing well, and I would like to thank you for listening to this long video. And yeah, I just spotted this I don't know if you guys know what this is. Even looking at it is like, whew, let me stay clear away. Those are the most painful things to get near. Maybe not as painful as a scorpion bite, because that sucks big time. But yeah, that hurts. Whew. Oh, does anyone know what this is? I'll give you a few seconds. You're not from the desert, you probably don't know. But it is a jumping cactus. So if you walk by it, that might just be like, and it'll stab you, and you have to, oh, it is so painful. But all the clouds are clearing out. Finish up this little walk, but yeah, I never really know what I'm going to talk about. I know what's going to always do with fibromyalgia and chronic pain, chronic illness. I'm going to always be with that, and how to manage it, how to get through it, how to survive and live with it, get through it. It's always going to be some of that. So that's what this page is going to be about. Just touching on those points and sharing beautiful footage of nature. I may even do video clips and whatnot of just random festivals and things, because I like to go to like health fairs and festivals and walk around and meet vendors. Yeah, it's like socialization is very important as well. It's a form of self-care, because that being isolation on top, I mean, yes, it's great for empaths and people who need to like restore their energy. I get it. I definitely get it, needing that alone time to recoup and recover. But too much of it can be detrimental to your mental. So definitely getting out, socializing. Like I said, I love going to health fairs and community events where there's vendors and individuals, some professionals, some not, that and entrepreneurs who are selling various products. I bought some peppermint essential oil. So I suffer with nausea, and I know that certain essential oils, aromatherapy and whatnot, can be very helpful with some ailments. So I remember the last health fair or something I went to, I was able to pick up that and have conversation and socialize, meet people. That's always good. But I'm gonna pause right here. This beautiful rock. Oh, I gotta make sure there's no jumping cactus. How to avoid those at all costs. But yeah, just getting out and having socialization be a part. Some socialization is not good, and some is. It's like I said, you have people who don't even believe that a person can suffer daily. And it's like, wow, do you have to be cursed with it to finally get it? But some people do. And some people, I think some people just kind of choose to, to convince themselves of, whatever they want to stick with, whatever belief. And I get the people who are like health fanatics and they believe, there's a cure for everything. Even if they say it's no cure, there is a cure. In my heart, I want to say I believe that. I want to keep the faith of that, but I know the reality as well. But I get also the power of not manifesting, like, oh yeah, manifestation too, but I get the whole thing about being positive about whatever situation you're dealing with, because there is power in your tongue and things that you say. So I try to practice not saying, oh, I'm in pain, oh, I'm hurting, or I'm not feeling well. Even if I'm not, I still try to say when people ask, oh, I feel great. I used to do that quite a bit, and people would be like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm just trying to say that because I know when you speak, the cells in your body, like, they don't know the difference is what I'm told. And so I just try to stay positive as best I can. It's really tough when you're going through it, but yeah, that's pretty much what I do. And but thank you for those who stayed and listened to me ramble about fibromyalgia and chronic pain and self-care and all of that. I'm so grateful to those who subscribe and listen and comment, provide feedback, advice, suggestions. Appreciate it all. And I hope everyone is doing well and blessed and all those great things. And just, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Have a blessed week and peace.